Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to be exploring a fascinating e-commerce trend that you may not be aware of, but it's growing exponentially. I'll show you some of the data behind it. I'll show you some stores that are already taking advantage of it, and I'll show you the overall value of this market, and we'll just brainstorm some ideas on how we can utilize this data and information and make tons of money. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The trend that I'm talking about is the red light therapy trend. If we look at this data right here, from 2004 till now, we can see just how exponential this trend has become. And as you see here, it's peaked in November 2023, which obviously was this year, and it seems to do so every time around the new year. So this trend is not done. If we actually judge based on the data, January seems to be one of the biggest months for this trend. So this, the reason why it's peaked so far in November is because we are not living in the future, right? At least not me. Maybe you are. But, as far as I know, nobody's living in the future. So once January comes around, we can expect this trend to reach, somewhere along these lines. And before I continue, I want to say something quick because I'm going to predict somebody's going to say this. Yes, I am going to get a haircut. So don't even say it, okay? Don't even comment it. Actually, do comment it so that this video gets recommended to more people. But this is an amazing trend. And I first became aware of this trend at the Alibaba convention that I went to back in, when was it? I think August. And I saw a bunch of products just like these right here. There's a lot of suppliers on Alibaba that were at that event. And one of the breakout manufacturers, or one of the sponsored manufacturers that were there, this was in Las Vegas, they were a red light therapy brand or manufacturing company, I guess. And these were some of the products that they were selling. This one specifically, and then these masks. Now, we've actually broken down brands that sell these masks on Shopify before, but I've never seen any brands selling these on TikTok Shop yet. I'm sure on Amazon they're massive. But there's so many different things that you can do when it comes to this trend. Now, one idea that I can come up with is digital products that educate people on the power of red light therapy and with affiliate links to some of these brands. That's a very creative idea because it doesn't come with any fulfillment costs, right? So what you can do is create an ebook or maybe even a whole social media page around red light therapy and promote other people's products, maybe create a digital product that promotes other people's products as well. And that's going to allow you to make a significant income without really having to put any money or any investment up front unless you are going to buy one of these products, in which case that would be the investment. This one right here, this product I know is going to be a banger, which is a hair growth hat for men and women, but men typically are the ones that are seeing, receding hairlines and hair loss. So this is brilliant, right? This hits a huge pain point. And overall, as you see, these look kind of creepy. This looks like an alien, but it's kind of cool at the same time, actually. This is an amazing trend. And if we actually look at the data behind the market, in 2022, the estimated market size was 997 million. That's probably where you saw that number in the title or thumbnail of this video. That's where it comes from. And, we can expect it based on this search trend because, last year around this time, the trend was below the 50-point line here. So, it's more than doubled in 2023, which means that, this data is obviously old. So this year, we can easily expect this to cross the $1 billion mark. Now, I love this trend because it taps into what I believe is a massive surge that's going on in health optimization and longevity. And I think that's such a powerful niche because who doesn't want to live longer? Who doesn't want to live better and be healthier? So that brings me to another thing, right? A lot of people might look at this. I mean, not a lot of you guys potentially because, 900 million is a lot of money. But some people might look at this and be cynical and think that's not a big enough market, right? Like that's pretty small. It's not. But here's what you got to consider. There is a famous quote that is riches are in the niches. And the reason people say that, I actually looked up, why do people say that? And the reason is because small markets attract fewer competitors. That's the main reason, right? And when you have fewer competitors, you have higher margins, which makes your business more cash flow heavy. And let's be honest here, we want to make cash flow, right? I mean, there's different business models out there in the world. Some people just want to grow a business at a loss and hope for a big exit. I mean, some of the biggest companies have been growing that way, like Amazon, for example. So, we can't say that that's not an intelligent way to grow your business. It is. I'll say this though, for me, maybe I'm not intelligent enough to understand that, but I think cash flow is king. So I like the idea of building businesses that just produce a lot of cash flow, just big profit margins every single month hitting the account so that, I don't know, I can reinvest it. I can feel better about the businesses. To me, it just makes a healthier business. So, if you want to reach, and this is something I guess I'm telling myself as I'm learning more, if I want to reach, let's say, $1 billion business that's super cash flow heavy, a good idea could be to just stack up a lot of small, really profitable niche websites or businesses and put them under one portfolio, right? So that's why niches are really smart to get into. Obviously, if you don't have ambitions to build a $1 billion company, you can keep it small and make, $1 million a year. That'd be awesome. But what if you had, 100 brands doing $1 million a year in profit? Then that has a valuation of like $1 billion. So obviously that's kind of crazy to conceptualize and imagine if you're still just trying to get your business up and running. But point is, there's nothing wrong with small markets. Obviously, a lot of people will have you believe that you need to have a business that addresses a huge market with a big total addressable market. But that's not true, obviously. It's so subjective. Like, it really is about what you want to do and what you find, a passion in. And I think this, market is really special. Now, I want to show you this super, super interesting brand that we came across in the Ecommerce lab. So in the Ecommerce lab, we have a research team that is constantly doing incredible research on the latest trends and the latest e-commerce businesses. And we also even do research on the latest theme pages that are blowing up, because I think that's a really cool way for people to make money, right? Just to build, for example, a TikTok theme page where it's all about health content. And then you can do that on Instagram as well with Instagram Reels and then even YouTube Shorts. And you can build like a little media brand and make money promoting products if you want, or building your own product, excuse me. And this is one of the businesses that our research uncovered. And it's so interesting. I've never seen anything like this, but it goes right in line with this trend. So this brand is called Sunshower, and they're actually a German brand, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I think when I first clicked on the cookies acceptance tab, it was in German. And yeah, I have the UK version here pulled up though, because I don't know German, and I'm guessing a lot of you guys don't either, or Dutch. And we can see that, it's not, okay, it's actually Netherlands. That's my bad. But we can see that the monthly traffic isn't huge, but it's very consistent. My camera keeps dying. I don't know why, but no worries. I'm getting a much newer, much better camera, so the content's going to be crazy soon. But hopefully it doesn't die on me again. What I was going to say is that the products here are actually quite expensive if we take a look at them, and it makes sense, right? This is like pretty technological, right? This is a pretty big innovation, I would say. Like, imagine having this in your shower. That'd be pretty cool. Now, it doesn't even say the price. That's how expensive it is, that they don't even tell you the price. But it's also because it's going to need some installation, I believe. Oh, but they even have this smaller product. This one, I believe, is probably better if we find a dealer nearby. So yeah, this is a very weird site, right? Like, this is, I don't think this is the best way to do it, I guess, but I believe we mentioned that this brand does 10 million a year. So they're doing something right? Like, that's actually massive. But yeah, it's not your traditional e-commerce store. It's almost set up more like a showroom, which is pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting approach to e-commerce, and it probably works really well for expensive products, right? Because then people probably will need to get on the phone, or you'll need to talk to some sort of sales representative. at which point, you're going to be sold to pretty hard. So the conversion rates are probably really good. But this website is beautiful. And I think if you are thinking about any sort of brand in this category, any sort of product or idea, like I mentioned, these guys are really killing it when it comes to the benefits of the red light therapy. And I personally would just take a lot of inspiration from what they're doing. And, I'm not saying sell the same products, but I'm saying the premise of the benefits behind this brand, right? So they have a ton of education on the site. And, that's what kind of sparked this idea for this video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. All the links for all of our stuff is in the description for Ecommerce, for my agency, but also for $1,500 in free ad credits to TikTok. It's actually unbelievable that they're doing this deal. I don't know how TikTok is getting away with this. I mean, they must be losing a ton of money, but they're growing massively. They're at over 1 billion users now, which is insane. So don't neglect that. $1,500 in free ad spend is ridiculous. So sign up for that. And as soon as you do, once you load up your ad account with money, you can reach out to me in the Discord or on Instagram via DMs, and I'll gladly help you scale that up. So yeah, that's about it. Check out the links, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.